What's up, pediatric and family chiropractors? The one thing you should always be committed to is to being better tomorrow than you are today, with the one thing that matters most, your clinical results. Being able to help a child heal, restore, get over the challenges that they come in for care with, or even better, to keep them from having health challenges, to keep them from going into the storm in the first place. Clinical results are obviously the single biggest thing that you must work on at all times. And having the ability to constantly be teaching our associates, teaching our interns, and now teaching, almost 1,000 docs or in PX, over 500 of them in our neurotonal adjusting seminar and our certificate program with Life University, we are constantly training on clinical results. Heck, I am constantly training myself. I'm constantly looking for guidance, for science, for tips, for lessons from our practice, how I can get better with the thing that God has called us to do tomorrow. And I've got 3 things you can do right away to change, to improve the clinical results you get with kids and families. These are 3 must-do things. And I know for 90% of you, these are things that we need to do because I know the profession well. And I know us as students, I know us as practicing doctors. Actually, once we get into practice, it's even harder to make these 3 changes because we're so hardwired into the way we do things today. So please just open up your heart, open up your head, and say, okay, what's on the line here with this video? What's on the line with clinical results? Well, it's somebody's baby. It's somebody's child. It's another family. It's the health of a child. So constantly being committed to leveling up shouldn't be a hard thing at all when you're a pediatric and family chiropractor. So here's the 3 moves to improve your clinical results right away. Number 1, add to your arsenal. The first thing I would really encourage you to do is to go out and get trained in a technique system, and I'm going to be particular with this, that is quite opposite and quite different than what you do right now. I'll help you here. I'll simplify it. Our profession breaks down to about 2 different camps when it comes to adjusting and our techniques. When we are in the tonal camp, it tends to be very light, very soft touch, very easygoing adjustments, which are so perfect and so awesome for so many stressed out, wound up kids and families, there's a lot of them these days. And in the opposite camp, or the other camp, is the HVLA, wham, bam, bam, like lots of neurological activity happens when you make your adjustments. It's constant, it's diversified. There's an HVLA super manual component to it. And I love to call this kind of like new school tonal and old school tonal. They're both tonal when you understand them. But what I will tell you after 15 years of taking care of the toughest pediatric cases on earth is that kids need you to have both. What we want you to do is look at this like the Madden attributes. Do you have, like, as a wide receiver, are you really, really fast and can catch the ball, or are you just really fast but struggle to catch? You want to do both. As a quarterback, do you have great arm strength but you're slow as molasses? Okay, well, maybe Tom Brady can pull that off. Maybe you're not Tom Brady. Maybe imagine Tom Brady with speed along with his smarts and his arm, okay? So, sorry, Tom Brady just ruined my analogy there, all right? Truth of the matter is, if you can be 10 out of 10 awesome in a multitude of techniques, I promise you, kids will show up to your clinic every single day where you need to deploy both a light touch, take it easy technique, and another case where you got to get after it a little bit. And what I will tell you in practice every single day is we see kids who need both from us in different areas of their nervous system and neurospinal system and in different phases of their care plan. Add to your arsenal. If you are a Gonstetter, go to a Talski tonal adjustment seminar. If you are a Talski integrator only, you haven't thrusted since Obama was in office, get to Mount Orab and go to a Gonstead SOT, I love that. Dr. Rosen, we're a big fan of that. Get to an SOT seminar. You actually get a lot of both. So number 2, take your care plans and increase your initial frequency. See these kids more often initially. And the reason you want to do that to get better clinical results is I'd actually have to go back a bunch of videos and teach you about the neurology of subluxation in a child today. So I can do that really, really quickly. They're more subluxated than ever. Their nervous system is more excessively sympathetic dominant, but most importantly, parasympathetically exhausted. And they are more stuck with a negative momentum. Subluxations are deeper, nastier, gnarlier than ever before. So if you think once or twice a week, let's see how it goes, take some probiotics at home and swipe some primitive reflexes into the system are going to do anything, you'd be neurologically mistaken. In today's world, you want to increase the frequency. We see almost all of our patients these days daily. Our toughest ones will actually adjust them twice a day. Number 3, expand. It's another care plan answer. Take your care plans and extend them further. Understand, it's the reasoning for number 3 is the same as number 2. Nervous systems are more stressed, more depleted, more exhausted, more subluxated than ever before. So you need more frequency up front and more duration and more time to make that change into their nervous system. Docs, I'll leave you with this. These 3 things. Expand your arsenal. Don't just be good at 1 or 2 techniques, be good at 10 to 20. That's what is required to be a doctor on our team. Number 2, increase your initial frequency. And number 3, expand the duration of your care plans. Here's what is required for you to do that. I bet all of you are listening to this and going, yeah, I would definitely love to have more techniques at my disposal and expand my toolkit. I know I should be seeing kids more often and for longer, but I'll finish by addressing the but that's in your heart and in your head here with this one. But do I have the certainty and the communication ability to get moms and dads to buy into that increased frequency and longer care plans? Because that means more money, right? It does. It means more value. You're going to transform that child's life in a much faster initial frequency, better, more technique options, better clinical results, longer, bigger way with duration. So the value is there. You've got to get out of your own way when you communicate and lean in at that reported findings to have that. It's your certainty, it's your communication ability. And I'll tell you this, maybe you then need to work on all 5 of them. Maybe it needs to go in reverse order here from the things I've listed out in the video. You need to expand your certainty. You need to improve your communication ability to then put out better, bigger care plans, to then expand your clinical arsenal. Well, maybe then you need our help from the pediatric experience. You can tap into this stuff to increase your certainty, increase your communication, increase your clinical skill set, and a multitude of adjusting and how to get the job done with excellence. You can do it online, you can do it in person, you can do it both. We're always going to be here from you. We're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to get faster. We're going to continue to get better in training you to do this for them. Because through you is where the miracles are going to happen. But don't leave those miracles short-sighted because you don't have the technique you're missing and you aren't giving the care plans that that child needs. That is how you increase 3 major ways you can increase your clinical results immediately once you step into these 3 things.